pretty awesome application. But it's kind of annoying to have to register for it. For this thing. Pretty awesome application for like working with Git. Looks like they made some cool improvements. But it's like they try to like get you to like, maybe if I can go to like register or something. They try to get you to log in with Google because that's more convenient. And like if you do anything on the registration page, you'll like cache your login information like in the OS X app. So you would like cache like a token for Google in your OS X app. Just saying, so maybe I should probably not. Some of these things I should probably not even like mention. I mean, it's sketchy. Like I don't know where it keeps that stuff. I'm hoping to be like a keychain. Let's find out. I'll do some graphics development in a second. It's like making progress, like, now, like 2 hours ago, and then I came home and it's like, oh, I'm ready to stream. And then I spent like 2 hours, on like setting everything up. And that's always what seems to happen. I was like, it just takes me forever. Okay, and Divi stopped working on my computer. Which actually turned out to not be such a bad thing. Because now I'm trying out this Amethyst application. And Amethyst is like, it's based on i3 and Xmonad, both of which I've heard a lot of stuff about, and I'm like really excited to try this out. It's like a tiling window manager, and I think it would like work really well for me. I feel like between like 1% and 5% of people would just like absolutely love this kind of window manager, but you're like, these people are definitely in a minority. So it's hard to like make like a mainstream feature for like OS X or something. And it's kind of frustrating because like Amethyst and it's also kind of annoying to work with because now I have to, maybe not. If it doesn't rearrange my windows, there it goes. That's great. So you can, I guess I should get used to the shortcut keys. It's also kind of irritating to have to like learn a lot of new stuff. I was pretty satisfied with Divi, but it just stopped working. Let's see here. Toggle float, so it's just like Control Shift T. Yay. Okay, so Xmonad, i3, Amethyst, and KWM. And like the Amethyst is the one that I went with, and it was like really easy to set up, and it's been around for about a year. And well, like KWM was the first one that I tried out, and it like, I don't know, there's just a lot of like glitchy stuff with it, but I really like the script-based configuration. I like that because I put that in my dot files, which is like really cool. And it like, I don't know, kind of liked it because it was like, you know, you would like drag your mouse over windows and it would like highlight the window that was active, and like, I don't know, but there were just like some like bugs where like things didn't work right, and I don't know if it was like my computer or what, like my setup. I used to use this application called Stay, which like remembers your window configurations. But my whole point with this was really that basically these two things are like Amethyst and KWM are for OS X, and they're inspired by Xmonad and i3. And they let you do like this kind of stuff where like everything's like based on a grid. and you can like open new windows and like automatically like does everything for you, which is great. Like it's great when you want it to do that. Like when you, because like I can open up a new window and it'll just do exactly like I don't have to touch it. You know, it just like goes into place, and I don't even have to think to hit a hotkey. It's just like kind of goes into place. But sometimes you get like this stuff going on where you got too many windows. Yeah, and you can't really see anything. And then you have to kind of like deal with it, and you have to like think about like how to do things. It's kind of irritating, but I tend to start using the desktops a lot more now. So I don't know, it's got me using the desktops, which is great until you unplug your monitor. Like I've got this huge like 4K monitor. I'm going to switch to monitor 2. Well, whenever I use OBS for an extended period of time, like it loses its ability to recognize global hotkeys. And I have to like click on the application and then hit the hotkey, which like switches the scene. But anyways, what's everyone? Oh yeah. So if you got like really large monitors, and like it's great because you get all these windows, you get all this space. But as soon as you like unplug your monitor, man, like your whole window configuration is like screwed. But it is pretty easy to just disable the whole thing. So there's like I wish I could search this. Every fucking preference thing should have a search bar. Like it should be illegal to like have an application that does not have like a fucking search bar for the configurations and preferences. Very convenient. It's pretty awesome. Like you just like hit, like you don't know what you're gonna do. Like, oh, I'm not even on the right screen. So basically, you're like, you don't know what you want, you don't know where the thing is that you're looking for, and so now like you gotta like look for it. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what they called it. I don't know what words they used. But if I can just hit Command F, I can just like type like 4 different things, and like maybe they called it a window, maybe they called it a screen, whatever. Like boom, boom, boom. I don't have to think about it. It just fucking goes there. I'm not really like complaining about this on this application, but there's a lot of applications like that where like I just kind of wish there was a search bar in the configuration window. This one's pretty simple though, but I just like visually it's hard for me to like determine like there's no visual context. Like I'm not able to like determine context from like visual information. Like some of these things should be like grouped together so that like I don't really have to like read everything, because I don't want to know, like I don't actually want to know this. Like it's something else that I gotta know. I really like this application though. So, and there's just things about like user interface design that you can say are like actually better. You can say that like this thing is like deterministically like better than something else. Not this application, I'm just saying like applications in general and like user interfaces in general. Like you can, I don't even remember what I was looking for. What is it? Oh, I wanted to find the disable. Yeah, there's like a shortcut key for like disabling everything, which is nice because like I don't really actually want to like deal with some of this sometimes. But anyway, so those are couple things I've been dealing with lately. I spent a bunch of time on that last night. It kind of sucked. I spent like Divi crashed and I had to like evaluate all the options. So I evaluated like Mjolnir and Hammer Spoon. Actually, I didn't evaluate these very well. I don't know what they can do. What I'm looking for, though, like what I would like to see in the tiling window manager that I don't really think is possible in OS X, and that just it wouldn't be possible without some configuration, and because it would deviate from like the overall design of how OS X is laid out and how the user interfaces work. Like Apple would never really do it, and because it would require so many changes to the I don't know, the OS X like operating system, like user interface stuff. Like they don't use X server anymore; they use something else. So it would require a lot of changes to that probably. You would probably have to like replace the window manager for like OS X basically. Whereas like this Amethyst is like really, it's great, but like it's kind of like built on top of like the structures that the OS X window manager already provides you, which are pretty nice. Like I really like them, but I'm saying like, so basically Xmonad lets you do all kinds of stuff, and it seems like you can like come up with like, this is what I want. Like I want to be able to say like, okay, like I want to like write code with Xcode. I want to work on this project. Like please like allow me to hit a hotkey or something, or just like find a button or menu somewhere, and then it just like opens Xcode, and all the things are like already in like the exact order that I want, and I can like I don't have to like flip through menus to like define like how those windows are to be laid out. I type them in a text file, and it just does it. And whenever I want to like get like a new Xmonad window, to like work on a project, I can like instantiate like a new desktop that like has the exact layout that I want, the exact options, with like the exact applications in an order that is like familiar, and then like when I'm done with that thing, I can close it, and so it basically it would be like a desktop, and I can just be like, boop, and I would go directly to the thing that I want to work on, because like, why would it be any more complicated than that? Like, this is what I can't stand. Like, watch this. I hate this right here. When Divi like crashed, I was like so sad. I couldn't take it anymore. It was pretty terrible. Because I had to do this again. I was like, oh no, let me like click and drag the thing. I can't take it. But it was kind of nice to get a chance to explore some other alternatives. I'm gonna bring up the chat real quick, because I got the chat up here. I was trying to eat. Anyway, so there's another window manager called i3, and IMO so Xmonad is based on Haskell, and so anytime you like make a mistake, like Haskell's like, I don't know, I haven't actually written any Haskell. I've like watched videos about it. I really want to learn it sometime. This is like one reason why I'm interested in Xmonad, because it would give me a chance to like screw around with Haskell a little bit. But that also like is just like a guaranteed like 12 hours of like thinking around with like your window manager. So you're gonna have to like boot up Linux. You're gonna have to like change the run mode for Linux, and then like I don't know. I've got like a partially completed like Gentoo install, and so I'm probably gonna go with GNOME and then Xmonad or i3. And back to i3, the thing that I like about this is it's just textually defined. So basically instead of like the config, see, like this stuff is awesome. Look at this. Look at that. You could like play checkers on that shit. You could just like, if you had one of those like Windows laptops or something, the Surface or something, you could like install Linux on it and then put like i3 on it, and then like turn this into a checkerboard and like set it on the table and like play checkers with it. But what I'm saying, that's kind of ridiculous. But what I'm saying though is that like this configuration like is like textually defined, and you can like instantiate it like whenever you want. Obviously you don't want to do that, but like you can you can like, wow, that's a lot of like harsh colors. You can just like set up a workspace exactly like this, and I guess watch Netflix or something while you work. I could like never do that. Yeah, just anyway, I'm pretty interested in like trying it out sometime soon. i3 looks a lot simpler because like you define it with text, you know, like you're never gonna like. So if you make a change to your xmonad configuration file, like, and it like errors out, then you're like screwed. And also, xmonad requires Haskell as a dependency, which is just like, you know, it's kind of like a big dependency to, you know, ask for, you know, right, like the root of like your desktop experience. But I would say that like another interesting thing about Italian window managers is that their like declarative like configurations are like perfect for like defining like virtual workspaces, like in like VR and stuff. So you could like define these like, you know, flat like 2D workspaces, and so basically what I'm saying is yeah, so you could be like, you know, in VR and stuff, and like you just like define, it's exactly like this stuff, you know, like you define like different workspaces that you want, you know, and you like instantiate them in FileView or something, and you just kind of like look around at the thing that you want. But my point is that people are going to want to define interfaces like this for VR. Like you're not gonna want to like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like, you know, me personally, like I like this anyway. Like I don't know how like I don't know if it would really work for like, you know, most people, but like I guess it would really help to like work with a little VR and stuff. What is that like? Next server, oh yeah, Wayland. So there's like X Wayland, or Wayland or whatever. I don't really like know really what this does, but it's kind of difficult to get it to work with like a 3D like VR environment, and like X11 like either can't do it. It's like the compositing, like the window compositing or something. So basically, like instead of just like compositing your windows and like on 2D surfaces where you never really have to like account much for like how they're like where they are in space. They're always at like fixed points in space that like don't really change. You have to like start like accounting for a lot of other things. You have to do like you have to do a lot more like free with the like I guess like the window. You have like a lot more options basically. So everything becomes more complicated, and I don't really really don't know what I'm talking about. So. Alright, so I gotta close some of these windows and like actually move on. Anyway, I hope this is not me. What the? What? You know, you're trying to like manage like streaming to like multiple services. I'm trying to like make sure that like. Well, sorry, Pharmasolin, what's up, unicorn? So anyway, like I'm just like really interested with VR and stuff, and that's basically why let me just close that. That's why I'm interested in Wayland, because like it's gonna be like I don't know, like I really can't wait, and like I've got like 5 monitors in front of me. I mean, I've got like 2 laptops with like one's got like 1 monitor and the other's got one. I usually don't use like the flip one because it just like it seems to be like it seems to be working out pretty well right now. Anyway, so like I wish that like my entire desk is like cluttered with like wires and like from the monitors, and I could like plug stuff into my laptop, and like if I just had like one like VR headset, I'd have like so much desk space. It'd be awesome. Waiting for it. I still haven't set up profanity. Anyway, I'm also interested in wait, you can't hear me. It looks like my stream is cutting out. Alright, what's it doing? Yeah, so this is kind of like confusing for me. There we go. I'm still getting used to like the tiling window stuff, but it's pretty cool. Let me like get the chat on the screen. I haven't installed Profanity. Like I installed it on Linux, and then my Linux went like crashed, and it's gonna like feel like spent a lot of time like reinstalling stuff. Yeah, I might be able to reduce my bit rate. Yeah, I'll try that in just a second. Let me pop this out. Is this in here? I got like, yeah, let me change that real quick because it could say popping out. Yeah. Well, it let me change the settings, and I'm getting an audio loop. Alright, I'm gonna try that. I mean, it let me like change the configuration before. Yeah, it let me change the configuration value. I don't know if I have to restart the stream. I just don't like, you know, I tend to like mess around with OBS a lot. Alright, so basically I'm trying to, what was I trying to do? I'm even like, pull up my Trello real quick. So basically what I'm trying to do is just get like, I know like I can like record, like read in like models and stuff and like files, but I really just don't want to, I'm really more interested on doing like geometry and stuff. I have my like command and control keys like swapped for iTurn, so that like messes things up. So like I'll do like command tab and then I'll hit iTurn and I have to like hit like control tab to like jump to another application. It's like really confusing. Alright. I'm guessing like readable text. Okay. So I've been doing like a lot of kind of like boring things, like doing great sales pitch, right? So basically, I've been like taking, I've been like defining like data types so that I can like dynamically like allocate these like enums. So like, or like dynamically like create these enums and like read them. Like I'm using like XML, and that's just kind of like what I decided to go with from the beginning, and I don't really know why. I kind of want, I leaned toward XML because I thought it was like, you know, universal, and it's kind of dumb. I should have gone with like plist because like metal is like pretty like specific to, fairly specific to, you know, Apple hardware anyway, which is like kind of its like advantage, I think. So. Alright, and like what I kind of want to do is like, so like you can read like basically what I'm doing is like wrapping like model IO with like a declarative like means of you know, definition. So like I'm going to use like XML. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to use like XML to define these things. I'm going to put like one more window down here. And so now I've just got to like, I already had this working sort of, but then I started looking like more into the Model IO API and found that it like did like everything that I wanted to do pretty much, and like pretty much like pretty like similar way. So I decided that I would just like, like recreate that, because I could still like the important thing for me was to be able to like take these like models that I read in or generate, and be able to like combine them and recombine them and like do a lot of like geometry stuff. Like that's what's like interesting to me. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I've got like this like scene graph XML that already parses this, but I need to like write a new one. And I think I have one, maybe? Maybe. And then like I basically like overcomplicated everything and like decided to make like a separate framework for OS X and iOS, which I think was actually a good decision. It's just like so complicated. And I like testing on OS X and then like writing my applications on iOS. Because like running the tests on iOS is a little bit more complicated, and then I don't know, but it works on both. So I mean, like it builds, and it, like I have an example application set up in the test in the targets.
How easily people forget. So now they're gonna see this as a threat. Have they got the soul to wrestle with a vet? Dark black,
Okay.
wanna place a bet.
Oh, you know what I found out today? I can hit Command 0 and it closes that. Like I've been trying to figure that out forever. Because they're like every time you run into an error, it like pops out. And I'm like, no, I like having my space. And then I have to like click stuff. And then I just figured out how to do this one too. It's like Command Option 0. And like kind of a new exploit developer.
You're getting slumped, this will only take a sec. Right you over before you step in out the set. It's Steve Water and there's danger in the
When I tried fixing it, it might just be like the, I don't know, I need to like, so I'm like, I'm streaming to a lot of different, or I'm streaming to like 3 different services. Like, hey. Okay, really want to. Oh, that really is going to need a few seconds. I don't know much, Dan. Just trying to like get some like messages generated, and I'm like rewriting my library with to use like model IO. So basically I gotta like parse some of this stuff. Where is... like find this file. This will be this new graph like spec. And the asset manager spec. And need a... trying to figure out like what I need to do to create the vertex descriptors. So basically, like a vertex descriptor is you know, something that you can use to like define how like yeah, it's a Z shell theme. I don't know if I can like, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, so for a vertex attribute, like basically we need like a name, and the name can allow us to like do like, I mean, this is basically like a string, but it allows us to do a little bit of like reflection and stuff, and determine like, you know, for a mesh, like what kind of data is available on the mesh and stuff. And so these are like so these are different examples of like the data that's available. So you basically have, you know, your position. The most important ones are like position, like color, and texture coordinates. Those are like the basics. And then you also have like occlusion, which I haven't done any of that yet, but that like determines like how like lighting, like, so if there's like a recessed element like a recessed like part of the mesh, like a, I guess like a convex area or concave. Basically, like if well, I should probably figure that out actually. Pretty sure like convex, concave. Sorry, I'm not very good with like. I'm like self-taught, so I don't really know. And I know this. I'm just like being stupid right now. I don't know what my problem is. Okay. Sorry about that. So anyway, occlusion is used when like you have like a concave area on like a mesh, and like you might have like the recessed parts, and you need to like determine like how the lighting like fills those areas apparently. And like edge creases, like that affects like so if you like subdivide a mesh or something, like if you're like basically like, you know, taking a mesh and like adding more detail to it or changing it in some way, like the edge creases like change like how the shape is altered by those like algorithms. And anisotropy or anisotropy is really cool. That. Guess I might change my stream. I'm just like, I guess I'm. Let me try like lowering the bitrate like majorly, because this is kind of like this kind of sucks for you guys, and sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna cut the stream off and then I'll be right back on.